Could it be possible that the solutions to worldwide prosperity are tucked away within the intricate maze of underdevelopment? Brace yourself for an enlightening expedition through The Economics of Underdevelopment, a pivotal work authored by renowned economists Agrawal and S.P. Singh. Agrawal, a distinguished scholar known for his sagacity in macroeconomics, and Singh, an esteemed expert in developmental economics, combine their intellect in this groundbreaking book. The duo not only delve into the reasons and aftermath of underdevelopment, but also propose innovative potential solutions to these global issues, drawing inspiration from countries such as South Korea and Singapore, which have successfully overcome underdevelopment. Recognized as a significant contribution to the field of economics, the book changes the way we perceive and address economic disparities across nations, offering a beacon of hope for those still struggling with the challenges of underdevelopment. In the world of underdevelopment, a microscopic view of Nepal, a country wrestling with its very own distinctive economic problems, will illuminate the significance of the economics of underdevelopment. The annals of Nepal, painted by eras of isolation, furnish a backdrop for comprehending its prevailing state of underdevelopment. Salient issues such as poverty, best exemplified by nearly 15% of the population living below the poverty line, inequality, with the top 10% of the population controlling almost 26.3% of the country's wealth, inadequate infrastructure, as seen in its poorly developed road networks and erratic power supply, and an economy that leans heavily on agriculture, which accounts for nearly 60% of employment, further accentuate the problem. Diving deeper, we'll unveil the pivotal role of institutions in economic policies. Are they sparking change, as the economic reform program of 1985 aimed to do, or are they reinforcing the status quo? Moreover, we'll probe into how Nepal, akin to many burgeoning nations, grapples with technology and innovation in driving economic progress, as demonstrated by its slow internet penetration rate. On the international stage, Nepal's integration into the global economy presents a blend of prospects and hurdles, and we must not overlook the socio-cultural aspects: education, healthcare, gender equality, and demographic trends, of which substantially steer the nation's development path. Finally, with its rich biodiversity and delicate ecosystems under siege, we'll debate why Nepal's situation emphasizes the cruciality of environmental sustainability in any growth strategy. A case in point being the country's struggle with deforestation. As we navigate through the complexities of the economics of underdevelopment, we'll discern how the insights gathered can guide strategies to boost productivity and competitiveness, advocate inclusive and sustainable growth, and ultimately conquer underdevelopment in Nepal. Chapter 1, titled Introduction to Underdevelopment, begins by establishing a comprehensive base. It illuminates the complex subject of underdevelopment, dissecting it from a variety of angles. The chapter explores the socioeconomic factors, political implications, and historical phenomena that contribute to underdevelopment in societies. We meticulously detail how underdevelopment is not merely an economic state, but is deeply connected with societal and political structures. In parallel, significant attention is devoted to the introduction of theoretical frameworks. These frameworks have guided nations like South Korea and Singapore in their fight against underdevelopment. We examine theories from renowned scholars and economists that have been employed with great success in these and other countries, each offering unique perspectives and solutions for countering underdevelopment. For instance, South Korea focused on local economies and indigenous growth, while Singapore opted for global integration and aid. We unravel these and other theoretical frameworks that argue for a balance between local and global strategies. These examples provide a well-rounded understanding that will serve as our roadmap as we navigate through the complex landscape of underdevelopment. The narrative then rewinds to the past with historical roots of underdevelopment. In this part, the authors delve deeper into the historical circumstances that have left an indelible mark on underdevelopment. They meticulously explore how colonialism, with its oppressive reign and relentless extraction of resources, has contributed to the poor growth in countries like India and Congo. They dissect the repercussions of slavery, an abhorrent system that stripped regions, such as the West African nations and the Caribbean, of their human capital and stunted social progress. Further, they scrutinized the role of exploitation, where the wealth of these regions, including South America and the Middle East, were unjustly usurped, leaving them in a cycle of poverty and underdevelopment. All these factors have sown the seeds of underdevelopment in these regions, creating a complex web of problems that persists today. In this exploration entitled Introduction to Structural Characteristics of Underdevelopment, we delve deeper into the distinguishing attributes of underdeveloped economies. We illumine the prevailing poverty, where the majority of the population lives under the international poverty line, as we see in countries like Burundi, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and South Sudan. Further, we illustrate the glaring inequality marking the wide gap between the haves and the have-nots, as prevalent in nations like South Africa and Namibia, and how it hampers economic growth. We also bring to highlight the lack of infrastructure, which includes poor road connectivity, lack of basic amenities like clean water and electricity, and insufficient health and educational facilities. Countries like Chad, Niger, and Somalia bear testament to this. All these parameters are considered painted in vivid detail against the larger canvas of global economics. Proceeding further, we explore the role of institutions with much depth. This extensive analysis delves into the dynamics of domestic institutions. For instance, consider how countries with stringent financial regulations such as Singapore have managed to prevent economic underdevelopment, while in contrast, the lack of strong policies in nations like Haiti have contributed to their protracted underdevelopment. This part of the analysis scrutinizes the impact of internal policies and regulations and how they can either propagate underdevelopment or actively participate in alleviating its effects. Next, we turn our attention to the role of international institutions, taking into account their global influence. An example that comes to mind is the World Bank and its role in providing loans for developmental projects. These interventions have significantly helped nations like Ghana to mitigate underdevelopment. In contrast, the failure of international treaties to address climate change has indirectly contributed to underdevelopment in vulnerable regions like the Pacific Islands. This comprehensive exploration provides an essential perspective on the power structures that influence the dynamics of our global society. Exploring the variety of economic policies and development strategies delves into the myriad ways that underdeveloped nations have utilized to stimulate economic growth. These methods span from import substitution, like Argentina during the mid-20th century, to fostering export-led growth, as seen in China's dramatic economic rise, and promoting industrialization, akin to the strategy pursued by South Korea during its rapid development era. Technology and innovation undeniably serve as critical catalysts for economic growth, illuminating their paramount importance. However, underdeveloped countries often face distinct and substantial challenges in harnessing these powerful tools. Despite these obstacles, countries like Rwanda and Bangladesh have made significant strides. Rwanda, once ravaged by genocide, has been embracing technology and innovation to transform its economy, becoming an African Silicon Valley. Similarly, Bangladesh has made commendable progress in the digital sector, leveraging technology and innovation for economic development, highlighting that these challenges can indeed be overcome. Globalization and underdevelopment, an in-depth analysis, delves beyond the apparent to perform an intricate examination of how globalization impacts the economies of underdeveloped nations. Through the lens of case studies such as the rapid industrialization of China or the surge in the tech sector in India, it uncovers the multifaceted effects of globalization. The exploration of the multifaceted exchange of trade, investment, and global integration provides a comprehensive vision. Moreover, the profound impact of these elements on countries like Nigeria, struggling with oil-dependent economies, or Haiti, reckoning with the after-effects of natural disasters in a global economy, are meticulously discussed. All these elements serve as key factors in contouring the economies of underdeveloped countries amidst the ever-growing wave of globalization. Investigating the subject's social dimensions of underdevelopment, we delve into the complex interplay between social elements like education, healthcare, gender inequality, and demographic trends and how they contribute to economic underdevelopment. For instance, lack of access to quality education, especially in rural areas, may result in a workforce that is not equipped with necessary skills, leading to economic stagnation. Similarly, inadequate healthcare systems can reduce overall productivity due to a sick workforce. The oppressive grip of gender inequality may limit the economic participation of women, causing a substantial loss in potential human capital. Also, adverse demographic trends like an aging population can put a strain on social security systems, potentially leading to economic underdevelopment. This discourse emphasizes the critical fact that economics is not an isolated entity, but is deeply intertwined with various social aspects. Environmental sustainability zeroes in chiefly on the environmental difficulties that underdeveloped countries like Bangladesh, Haiti, and Ethiopia are wrestling with. For instance, Bangladesh is dealing with severe flooding issues, and Haiti is confronting an acute deforestation problem. Ethiopia experiences recurrent drought impacting its agriculture sector. It emphasizes the urgency for the adoption of sustainable development strategies to face these challenges. These countries are making strides towards this, with Bangladesh implementing flood-resistant housing, Haiti planting millions of trees, and Ethiopia employing techniques to conserve water and soil health. Wrapping up the book, the final chapter, Prospects for Development, concludes with a hopeful look towards the future. It provides an in-depth discourse on potential strategies and measures that can be employed to aid underprivileged regions on their journey towards sustainable and inclusive growth. For instance, it suggests scaling up investments in renewable energy and eco-friendly infrastructure, or fostering inclusive educational policies that prioritize the needs of disadvantaged communities. Furthermore, it explores the concept of community-based initiatives, which can help to strengthen local economies and empower individuals. In conclusion, The Economics of Underdevelopment offers a comprehensive analysis of the intricate factors contributing to underdevelopment, underscoring the significance of historical, structural, institutional elements, the impact of globalization, economic strategies, technology, social dimensions, and eco-sustainability in dictating the trajectory of development. Countries like South Korea and Singapore serve as notable examples, having successfully navigated the path out of underdevelopment in recent history. Furthermore, the book ignites hope, emphasizing that change is achievable and underdevelopment is not an insurmountable hurdle.